I feel like we should talk about leaks. There is Musk. Silk Santal, are we exploring to bring it back? What? Am I Moroccan? All right, guys, I'm back and welcome to Kayali. The reason why I wanted to start this new series called Kayali is because there is always so much chatter in our comments, in my DMs, in Kayali DMs, and all across our community around different rumors, around different questions people have, around so many speculations around our launches. And I just want to cut straight to it and address all of the questions, the comments, and spill the tea. So the first thing that we're going to finally address, which I've been putting off addressing for a very long time, is regarding our leaks. A lot of people put in our comments, oh, this has been leaked, this has been shared, and sometimes the leaks are even 6 months prior to a launch. We have never leaked our products. A lot of people are saying like, oh, the team is so genius, they're leaking their products to create hype. Honestly, we've never done that. We never will. It's very devastating to all of us when these things happen because first of all, they're stolen goods. Sometimes it's before we even have our own products. Has it added some hype to some of our launches? Yes, I would say the first one that we saw like a big hype created from a leak was Yum Pistachio Gelato, and we were very grateful that it worked in our favor. But if it was up to me, there would be no leaks, and I just wish that people would respect the fact that our whole team put so much sweat, blood, and tears into every single launch, into making it creative, into making it exciting, and these things are just like really demotivating. So no, we don't leak our own products. Does it sometimes work in our favor? Yes. But does it demotivate us and make us feel very like upset? Yes, it does. There's a D. And I just want to give a very special shout out to so many of our amazing community members who flag leaks to us early on and who put in the comments like, take this post down, it's disrespectful to the brand, it's disrespectful to the team. So I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who advocates for us and fights for us all the time. So some people are asking about why we have so many launches per year. As a businesswoman, it would actually be a lot more profitable if I focused on fewer launches and just went a lot more deep on them. And that's what a lot of, advisors have suggested. They said, focus on one big bet and go full throttle like a lot of the mass, like huge brands do. But as a creative person who is so obsessed with fragrances, that would be very boring to me. Will we be slowing down? Probably we'll have to one day because we are challenged with space and retailers, aren't giving us more space because you get one shelf or two shelves and that's the only space you have. So every time you launch something, you kind of have to delete something else, which makes me very sad and emotional because I never want to like get rid of one of our babies that we've launched. But yeah, it's the funnest part of the job is like creating new scents, new emotions, new moods. It's the best feeling ever. So that kind of takes us into limited edition launches. I know we launched Vanilla Royale as limited edition and it's still in stock. I never want to make anything limited because I want things to live on forever. The reason why sometimes we have to launch things as limited is because that's the only way the team will let me launch them. We were supposed to be out of stock by now, but we haven't been. So it didn't do as well as we had anticipated. Now, Silk Santal and Velvet Santal was launched as limited because it was the only way the team would let me launch it because they're like, you're launching too much. This was launched in 2023 when we had a lot of launches. So they're like, the only way you can launch another 2 cents is if you make it limited. It's about your wedding. It's about this moment and that's it. We didn't expect to have such a strong performance on Silk Santal. We didn't expect to have so many people love it this much and demand for it to come back. So are we exploring to bring it back? Maybe. The next question is, where is Musk? So Musk 12 was part of our original collection that we launched. It was the 4 scents that we launched end of 2018, which was Musk, Citrus, Vanilla, and Elixir. And unfortunately, I didn't really know what I was doing from like a marketing perspective. Musk, Citrus, and Elixir did not perform well at all. A lot of it had to do with just not knowing how to really communicate the feelings that went behind them, the names, like everything just wasn't where we are today in terms of how the brand has evolved. I do believe all 3 of those scents are phenomenal and beautiful, but they just haven't performed well. So we have not been able to reorder those scents. Why do restocks take so long? Creating products takes a long time. We actually work on development usually 3 years in advance. 2 years is kind of a minimum if you want to be able to do things the right way, have enough time for testing, have enough time for compatibility testing, for sea shipping and avoiding air shipping, So doing things the right way, you need a lot of time. So like if we end up, if a juice does better than we expected and we need to replenish, quantities that we did not expect, sometimes it could take up to a year just to get things back in stock. All right, so the next question is about one of our latest babies, Vacay in a Bottle collection. A lot of people have been asking about why we didn't launch the 4 separately from day one. Will we be getting big bottles and so much more? Here's the tea. Initially, it was supposed to be a mini set only, and we were like, should we make it limited edition? Again, because we have too much pressure on us to limit our SKU assortment. They don't want to have so many different SKUs. So the argument was like, okay, we'll make it limited edition. That's kind of like my phrase that I say when people are like, you can't launch things. I'm like, okay, we'll launch it, but limited. So that they let me launch it. And then I'm like, how can I make this stay forever? So originally this was supposed to be just limited. Now, as time went on, we were like, you know what? These are really strong juices. We feel like they're going to have so much potential. What if one day we launch them in a big size? We are going to monitor the performance of which one sells the most and which one has the most demand. And based on that, we will probably launch 1 or 2 full-size bottles, but it's still TBC. It's something that, we're still working on getting the right budget approval because, again, it's not easy to launch full size of everything. It costs a lot. The last question is about Silk Santal. When are we relaunching it? What's happening? What's the tea? Well, honestly, for this one, you're going to have to come back to episode 2. So stay tuned. I'm going to tell you everything.